Okay, we're live.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Is this any better, guys? All right. So this is going to be, this is the next time that we try to, I guess the last time that we try to do this halaqah. Not sure if anyone can hear, so I'm going to wait for somebody to text me or write in the text box, the chat box that Tariq has up. So that I don't end up repeating myself again.
Is Islam on?
No, I haven't heard any response yet.
Okay, somebody just said they hear us.
Okay, alhamdulillah. Great. So unfortunately it was super choppy, but alhamdulillah, I'm grateful for everything that's been happening so far with today's halaqah because it just reinforces the message, inshallah, that'll be the take-home message of the day. Islam says he can't hear. I don't know. I'll wait for one more person to see if it's a global issue or what is going on. Somebody texted you, somebody chatted. Okay, alhamdulillah, everybody hears. Okay. So, first I want to start with, inshallah, the purpose of this halaqah is to together pray and ask for increased consciousness of God in our daily practice, in our moment-to-moment life. Together, inshallah, I hope that we have more time to practice and discuss things that will help us on a day-to-day basis of how to be more God conscious. Shout out to Aisha, Marvetta, and Rahma, who recommended Zoom for next time. Inshallah, I discussed it with Tariq, and we're going to try to just play it out this weekend and just practice it. Maybe Aisha can help me with that. And then, inshallah, by next week, we can have Zoom up and going. So I'm going to just remix this whole thing and start off with Islam means, to be Muslim means to accept what is happening here and now and make peace with it, make salam with it, because we know that everything that is happening, regardless of what it is, where it is, how it is coming into existence, is being created by the creator of everything in the universe. So this whole thing that just happened from 8:45 to 9:15, alhamdulillah, it has also been created from the same one that's creating everything in the universe. Now, it's perfect that we get to start with this because it totally just shifts gears into a whole different style of halaqah, but it was also on my agenda or my mental notes to talk about this today. If you were getting frustrated, just gonna text someone, it is on now. Yes. If you were getting frustrated, like what's going on? Why is this not working? It's so annoying. Then I'm glad, because we have a moment now or if anything today was aggravating or annoying to you throughout the day and you found yourself getting angry or getting annoyed or getting frustrated, then this halaqah right now is a good opportunity to reflect on that time, because in every single moment, we have a choice. We have a choice to either be in the state of ghafla, which is mindlessness. It's from the quote that we discussed last week. Somebody's saying that they're having some trouble.
So I have multiple people saying here that we're good.
Okay.
So I don't want to recite names, but
okay.
I'm confident that they're hearing us now. And I just want you to go into your momentum, go into your flow now.
Okay. So, okay. So, in every moment, we have a choice to either look at life as just happening the way it's happening and react to everything happening on the fly, or if we're able to slow down and practice being conscious, then every single thing that's happening, we can start to together cultivate this awareness that it is all of it, what you don't like, what you like, what pisses you off, or what frustrates you, everything is coming into existence or it's being created by the same pen that's writing everything in the universe, by the same hand that's painting everything that we're seeing in the world around us. So God bless Sister Yamina and her teacher, Badi Uzuman Said Nursi, who she also learned from, for this perspective that says in each moment, anything that happens, so this whole little frustration that just passed, or anything, any frustration that's happened today, or anything that annoys you, or that's bothered you, or that's upset you, every single thing that's happened and that's happening, we either can look at it, there's two sides of the same coin, and this is the analogy that I've been taught. You can either see it from the perspective of the trouble itself, or what this person did wrong, how could this person say that, how could this person do it, why is this thing so frustrating, why is this link not working again, why is it taking 30 minutes to set up? So focusing on the things itself or the people, the problem. Or if you flip the coin and look at the face of consciousness of God, then we can see, okay, it's coming. And the word is coming, tanzil. Like it's literally being created in our perspective here and now by the same one who writes everything. So going back, Muslim, this is a beautiful definition that I'll never forget from my teacher, is the one who accepts what is happening here and now. Because all we ever have in this life is here and now. Not the past, not the future, not the past is dead. Everything that happened yesterday and beyond is gone. And everything that's in the future, we have absolutely no control of. So the only thing that we can experience is the here and now. We can never talk about life or consciousness or doing anything except in the here and now. So Muslim is the one who accepts what is happening here and now and makes peace with it, makes salam with it, because we're being trained through the Quran and through the Messenger, alayhi salatu wassalam, to see wajh Allah, the face of God, in the signs, in the things happening. All right. So last week, the quote that we said was, I'm going to just pull it up so we can connect everything and build together, inshallah. And I really liked it, so it's a good time to review. When the forgetful man gets up in the morning, remember, we're all insan, right? So we are all forgetful. When the forgetful man gets up in the morning, he reflects on what he's going to do. Or think about it. During the day, you're like, all right, what am I going to make for dinner? What am I going to cook? What kind of projects do I have to get done? What's on my list of things to do? When the forgetful man gets up in the morning, he reflects on what he is going to do. Whereas the intelligent man sees what God is doing with him. This is the God conscious one, and this is the person that's in the state of ihsan, right? Connect little step by step together. And in Arabic, it says al-ghafil. That's the Quranic word we should be familiar with. It's when you're in the state of ghafla. Al-ghafilin, the Quran calls it. So al-ghafil, إذا أصبح, whenever he wakes up, ينظر ماذا يفعل, is looking at like, what is he going to do? وَالْعَاقِلْ يَنْظُرْ مَاذَا يَفْعَلُ اللَّهُ, what is Allah doing with me. So what we talked about last week, and 8:45 to 8:50, I set my alarm thinking that I was with all of you. I said, everyone, we're going to set our alarm for 5 minutes, and we're going to close your eyes and just practice listening to your breath. We're just going to slow everything down, put the timer on 5 minutes, and just practice listening to your breath. With every exhale, what are you feeling grateful for? And maybe an image that comes to your mind. But the most important thing is just to, and if, like I said a million times already, but if you're like me, I actually did not practice this homework at all. I think I only did it the first day. And then afterwards, I just completely forgot about it. But yesterday, I had a halakha with my teacher and some other sisters. And I was reminded again to set the timer in the morning and the night, but this time for 20 minutes. And I was able to do it this morning and just listen to your breathing. Because, and this is so very important, guys. It's so important that we actually do this homework. And I'm so grateful for Sister Amina. May Allah bless her and be pleased with her and really just increase her in wisdom. Because it's such practical advice and it's being practiced by a lot of people in the world today. They call it yoga or meditation because it feels better, right? I know my brother actually sent me a tip of the day about breathing. But now, through the practice of the Quran and the Messenger and connecting it to Alhamdulillah, inshallah, we'll be able to take that breathing meditation and use it as a anchor, something that is like, it keeps you grounded. It keeps you kind of, like an anchor, like a ship, right? When it drops the anchor, it could sway right and left when the waves come, but it's not really going to move anywhere, right? It's not like going to fly off 6 feet or not 6 feet, but it's not going to fly super far with the wind because it's anchored. So like I said, today was the first day and I was like 20 minutes, I can't even do 5. Like 20 minutes is going to be impossible. But subhanallah, I set the alarm for 20 minutes and then make this commitment. But you find, and this is another important way to say it, is you think your mind is going somewhere, and that's okay, right? That's our human reality. But when that happens, become aware of it and just bring your attention and your awareness back to your breathing. And it honestly took me 15 minutes just to be able to feel what my breathing feels like because my mind was so busy. And every time, what helped me was to be like, oh, she's thinking about this. Just talk about myself in third person because you're noticing what your mind is doing. But this time, you see, when you're noticing your mind doing something, it means that you're not owning it and you're not pretending to be the doer, like we said in that quote, right? The ghafil is the one that's like, what am I going to do? You're like, well, look at what her mind is doing or his mind is doing. Look at how his eyes are twitching. Look how he can't relax. Look how she's having trouble. This breathing. And let me tell you why this is so important, because mashallah, I was actually, again, able just to practice it today. If we slow down. So if we did that 5-minute breathing meditation together from 8:45 to 8:50, inshallah, we'll start with it next time. But you'll see that to pull something up. So the first homework, the first practical step, extremely practical. It really helped me today. I'm hoping I can do it again tomorrow. I'm hoping I can do it again for the rest of the week. I'm hoping that we can all discuss together next Thursday. Given this is the homework I'm going to give you guys so that we can build together. Every morning, wake up. If you're choosing to join these halakas because you want to join me in this journey of becoming more conscious of God, more deeply connected to God throughout the day, more in a state of ibadah throughout the day, then write somewhere, a post-it. I wrote it down on a board that I see every day. Make an intention to be aware of how I am being sustained by God. That means how I'm being taken care of by God, nourished by God. Sustained means literally like everything is being taken care of and gifted. And if we make that intention, right? Every action is by intention. So wake up in the morning before you make the coffee or before you get ready to do whatever you got to do. Look at the intention for the day. Because again, all we have is here and now, and we just have to take it moment by moment, day by day. And we have to renew it every day. This brings me to the ayah that I wanted to talk about. So it's perfect. Okay. There was another ayah. Okay. I'm going to just say the first ayah that I bookmarked for today is it's in Surah. Oh man, the source isn't even. I don't have the chapter, but I can post it later, inshallah. It says it's what فاليوم ننجيك ببدنك لتكون لمن خلفك آية وإن كثيرا من الناس عن آياتنا لغافلون. So the end part of this ayah is the most important to me. كثيرا من الناس, most, the greater abundance of the people, عن آياتنا, of our signs, are غافلون. Right? So we don't want to be of the people in a state of ghafla. The state of ghafla of ayat. The Quran presses again and again and again and again that everything that we are experiencing is an ayah. An ayah is a sign. A sign is something that points to something else. So what do we think the sign is pointing to? The names of God, Wajh Allah, the presence of God. So the more that we together, guys, can use breathing. Breathing, first of all, is the most fundamental need. It's the thing that is repeated the most. It's our need that's repeated the most. So if we can't see God in that, it's going to be really hard to see him in all the other things that we do the most. So we start training ourselves through the breath. And this is, again, like the practice with my teacher, through our thirst, through our hunger. Those are, inshallah, going to be the first three on our syllabus, I guess, for our weekly halakas before Ramadan. If we can train ourselves to do this weekly meditation practice, where we give the homework, do it together for a week, come back the following week, vibe on it, build on it, then hopefully by the time Ramadan comes, we would have cultivated a different level, a different kind of consciousness. The other ayah is, speaking of ayat, this one is in Surah 41, Fussilat, I believe, ayah 53. Sanurihim ayatina, we will show them our ayat. Fil afaq wa fi anfusihim, in the horizons, which is in everything, right? Wa fi anfusihim, and in their own selves. Hatta, until yatabayyana lahum, it becomes clear to them, annahu al-haq, that it's the truth. أَوَلَمْ يَكْفِي بِرَبِّكَ أَنَّهُ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ شَهِيدٌ. Is it not enough concerning your Rabb that he is over everything, a shaheed, a witness? Now, it's so deep, actually, I didn't even notice this until just now, that the names that are mentioned, we said that everything is an ayah that points to names, everything. Your feelings are an ayah, your thoughts are an ayah, the drama happening is an ayah, everything happening, the sun, the moon, the thirst, the hunger, whatever you feel, everything. We have to train ourselves or make intention, inshallah, to cultivate this practice together, to start seeing everything as an ayah or a signpost that calls our attention or connects us to Rabb. Rabb is the first word that's used here. أَوَلَمْ يَكْفِي بِرَبِّكَ. You will find, if you next time, inshallah, today's what, Thursday? Dope. So then, inshallah, when we read Surah Al-Kahf, we'll see how often the word Rabb is used from the youth when they become conscious of God. It's not like they don't jump to the name Allah. They get conscious of Rabb first. Why? Because Rabb ties directly to Abd. Through our ubudiyah, we talked about this last week. Ubudiyah is how we feel needy, like how we realize that we can't do anything. We are totally unable to do anything. We can't even breathe. We literally have no life in any second unless we're being given breath. Yo, breath, let me tell you something. I told you guys last week, breath is so incredible. And you don't realize it until you see someone that you love that doesn't have it. And you're like, oh my God, I wish I could give you breath. And then you guys don't have that experience, right? So I do, and I can, alhamdulillah, I've reached the point where I can actually like use this experience to become conscious of God and share with others with the intention that we all become conscious of God and make a prayer that inshallah Muhammad, Allah yarhamu, gets the hasanat for it. That's why this breathing meditation is so important. Inshallah, I'm going to try to do it before bed tonight, 20 minutes of just listening to your breathing, because through breath, you see someone is giving me breath. Like you're not breathing. We say, oh, I'm breathing. No, breath is being done unto me. You see, a lot of times in our words and the way we talk and the way we move and the way we think and the way we react, and we're covering all the ayat up. We are covering them up because we're not showing clear. We're not يَتَبَيَّنَ لَهُمُ الْحَقُّ. We're not making the haqq mubin. We're not making the ayah clear that it's the face of God doing everything in every moment. But together, we can cultivate that, inshallah.
You know, and
so,
could I just add something, Sarah? I think it's I think it's noteworthy that you're speaking about breathing now, especially since there's this coronavirus that's going on, and one of the side effects or one of the impacts of it is that you have a tough time breathing, and they need ventilators to help them breathe, right?
Beautiful.
And
thank you so much for saying that.
And the fact that they can't make these ventilators fast enough to meet the demand. So subhanallah, here we are. We take for granted, every.
Yo, it's so incredible, yo. Inshallah, like I don't mean to be like talking like that, but like honestly, breathing is so incredible. Inshallah, starting next week, we're gonna just break down breathing, because I actually started doing like a short YouTube video on it, just so I can help myself become aware of what's happening. The system is absolutely incredible. And until we dig in and see how deep it is, like the process is so wise, like down from the nose, it's like a vacuum that pulls in air. We're not doing anything. We have no idea what's happening. We're so ghafil that it's just, we're totally mindless. We're heedless. We have no idea. And if we can't slow things down, and again, God bless the sisters, because Egyptians, we don't know anything about slowing nothing down. Everything is yallah. It's impossible. And then we think that we could just stop, throughout the day, pray, like that just made us conscious. What are we doing? If you're not practicing throughout the whole day, the prayer is just a reflection of how you've been that day. Like, Dhuhr is just a reflection of what kind of state you were in between Fajr and Dhuhr. Asr is like, what have you been doing between Dhuhr and Asr? Whatever you did in that time is going to reflect in your Asr prayer. Let me be first to admit that these prayers are really not mindful. in order for the prayers to become more mindful, we should be seeing signs throughout the day. God bless Dr. Ali and the students from his class, because they called them clues. It reminded me of like Blue's Clues back in the day. Like, we should be between the prayers looking for, instead of Blue's Clues, they're like ayatullah. We should be seeing signs. Oh, like, look at the creativity. Oh, this is happening by the name of God, by the will of God. This feeling, all right, let me slow down. But we're so far away from that it's so hard to cultivate this. But together, inshallah, before Ramadan comes, and through Ramadan, if Allah wills, we're going to be able to really pick at this little by little with the intention of uncovering the truth. يَتَبَيَّنَ لَهُمُ الْحَقِّ, to make the haqq more and more mubin for us. Beautiful reflection. Thank you for adding that, Tariq.
Thank you. And really the same goes for many other things, but I know your theme is, breathing is the most essential thing, but your heartbeat, it could be another example, right? I mean, we're not doing anything, and your heart beats hundreds of times throughout the day, right? 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 a year, times your lifetime, right? And it's it's ongoing, and here we are, to your point, we're heedless to it. So we're a little bit in a state of ghafla, and
a little bit. That's a little bit humble.
Yeah, and there's the old saying that this is an ayah in the Quran also, is that لو تعدون نعمة الله عليكم لا تحصوها. If you were to count the blessings of Allah, you would, it would be indefinite or infinite. You wouldn't be able to enumerate them. But yes. So I'm sorry to interrupt. That was just
no. Tariq today told me like, yeah, I'm hoping that eventually we could tie this up to Ramadan. I'm like, that was exactly my plan for the day. Perfect. It wasn't, but it ties in exactly because of this ayah. The ayah that everyone may be familiar with, that we might have heard before. If not, then this will be a good time to hear it. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يا أيها الذين آمنوا, all those, you listen up. Those of you who have iman. كتب عليكم الصيام. Fasting has been prescribed for you. كما كتب على الذين من قبلكم. The way it was prescribed for the people before you. لعلكم, so that you may تتقون, have taqwa. All right. Now let's cross-reference another ayah real quick. In Surah Al-Baqarah 221, ayah 21. Ya ayyuhan nas, O you people, a'budu rabbakum. Now, a'budu is often translated as worship. But when I studied this ayah with Dr. Ali, may Allah be pleased with him, out in NYU, a'budu is like have awe, admiration, gratitude, love. That's the essence of ibadah. Look at the feelings involved. It's like awe, wow. Rabbakum. You see the first word that's used? A'budu rabbakum, the one that's taking care of all of your needs. How can I be aware of Rabb when I don't even know that my needs are being taken care of, starting with my breathing? And the breathing is directly connected with the heart, right? Because through the oxygen that gets passed down through the alveoli, it goes right into the blood. And we'll get into that eventually. But A'budu rabbakum. Alladhi, the one who khalaqakum, who gives you existence. You see where this ayah is going? Ya ayyuhan nas, oh you forgetful people. A'budu rabbakum alladhi khalaqakum walladhina min qablikum. The one that gives you existence, the one that gives you life. We should be conscious then. So far this ayah is saying, hello, you should be conscious of the fact that you are abd, you have needs, and there's someone that's non-stop, not even 24/7. Let's break it down like Thought said, right? 60 seconds in a minute, your heart is doing the work of how many workers? And your lungs, the ventilators, literally, like, they're trying to figure out how to make the machine do what these lungs are perfectly doing by the second. And then your nose, just to suck in the air, Allah hooked it up with the most amazing system. There's mucus in there so that it can trap any bad particles, so that only good particles go down to your trachea. So then this tunnel is perfectly created so it can pull down the air that you need into your lung. We don't even know what's going on. Okay, but together we will gain awareness. Inshallah, tune in. That's my advertisement for next halaqah. Join us next week for breathing breakdown, the breakdown of breathing. اعبدوا ربكم الذي خلقكم والذين من قبلكم لعلكم تتقون, so that you could be conscious of God, so that you can gain taqwa. You see? So I love this ayah because it brings us to the essence of the matter. Consciousness can only be gained, this taqwa that we're supposed to somehow magically come out of Ramadan with by fasting and reading Quran, by doing these rituals. Yeah, we're going to fast, we're going to pray, and we're going to live our lives exactly the same way we've done all year. But this time we're just going to not eat, not drink, and eat when the sun goes down, pray some in the night, and then just hope that we come out as miraculously much more amazing people, which, mashallah, by the barakah of Allah, there is an abundant blessing of just the physical fast. But if we have the consciousness attached to it, the consciousness of Rabb, see, because fasting makes you more aware of your needs. Everything slows down. I remember being at work fasting, and everything that I used to trip about when I wasn't fasting, I used to just look at people, and I used to just have everything slow. And I used to be in the observer mode, literally, because you have no energy. So it's such a blessing because it pulls you into the observer. Like, I don't know what the observer, would you call that like shadi? Maybe riding shadi is like the observer, because if you think you're the driver, like you're the one thinking that you're doing something. But if you're riding shadi, just kind of watching how everything is being driven around, maybe that's more of the analogy for this consciousness.
I think it helps you become more mindful.
Yeah. And why do you think it helps us become more mindful?
Well, I think, like you said, it slows things down.
Most things.
And I don't know, maybe you don't have the energy to react like you would normally react. I don't know if that sounds...
100%. Yo, 100%. So then this is the thing, right? So back to God bless Sister Yamina. May Allah be pleased with her for real. If we can start anchoring, and they used this word yesterday in halaqah, this breathing meditation, 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes in the night or in the evening. And I'm like, yo, 20 minutes is impossible. It's so hard. But wallahi, I did it today. And if you have the intention, Allah makes it happen for you. If we have that intention to practice it every day, then we train our mind to slow down. And then when you train your mind to slow down, astaghfirullah, right? It's not your mind. When you start training yourself to slow down, you start noticing when your mind starts going into reaction driver mode, and then you can pull it back and be like, okay, let me take a deep breath. I'm going to just offer this today for anyone who wants to join me on this, because it's also part of my homework. And it really helped me today. I haven't been able to practice it as much because I can't use my alarm on the phone because I've used it for the baby. But she also said, she offered it. This is something that she does. And I'm grateful because I like practical tips. Like, help me just practice this because it's impossible without practical tips. And since we're all quarantining, it's the perfect time for this practice and this homework. And then inshallah, we'll wrap it up after that because I don't want to hold you guys too late. But I set the alarm for every hour. Every hour seems like a lot. But when the alarm goes off, you just stop and take a deep breath. And then slow down and just notice how you feel. Check if it's in alignment with your morning intention. Remember, we said that we want to put your morning intention and I'm literally reading it, right? Because I don't even remember unless I'm reading it off the board that I wrote it on yesterday. The morning intention was to be aware of how I'm being sustained. يا أيها الناس اعبدوا ربكم الذي خلقكم. That's the intention, right? I need to become aware that I'm being taken care of and everything is being taken care of and that I'm gifted by God. So then every hour you just take a deep breath. Wallahi, even just taking a deep breath, it helped me like, all right, like relax your muscles real quick, relax your neck, everything is fine. Like stop tensing up. What are you at? All right, take a deep breath, Bismillah. Notice if you are aligned with what your morning intention was. And if not, then it just astaghfirullah. That's like the first, astaghfirullah is basically the easiest way to come back to the straight path, right? It's like, okay, I was jumping in the driver. Let me come back to the observer. Let me become more conscious now. And alhamdulillah, thank you for that reminder, right? Because even by being reminded, it's a blessing. And then you renew your commitment. This is what I have down for my hourly alarm. Then you renew your commitment to continue with your morning intention. I love this. I love this practice. And the intention is that it's going to cultivate a deeper awareness of our sustainer. The more our awareness of our the more aware we are that we are being sustained, like we are being, breath is happening unto me, alhamdulillah. Like thirst is coming, but water is coming to take care of it, alhamdulillah. Like the more that we become aware of how we're being taken care of, the deeper we're going to have an appreciation of our sustainer. And that appreciation, that awe, is ibadah. That's what ibadah, the essence of ibadah is, that feeling of awe. And then when we go to salah, you're like, Allahu Akbar, like you're so beyond. Thank you, alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Like I saw your rububiyyah on me and the whole universe. I saw that. And we'll get there, right? We'll talk about all those things and how we can connect all of that together, because you can't breathe unless the whole universe is in perfect place. You have no ability to have oxygen unless the plants are doing their job, the sun is doing its job. Literally all of the laws in physics have to be in place. Everything has to be ordered. The whole universe has to be ordered just for you to be able to breathe. The same with water, the same with food. So that's why Rabbil Alameen, alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen comes together, because whoever is taking care of me is the same one taking care of the whole universe. But if we don't see that, then how are you supposed to feel it? We are Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen. What are we doing? What are we doing standing up all night? Alhamdulillah, the tongue is just going through all these words. But is the heart really feeling the awe? Is it really? And no one can answer that but you. But I'm always very critical of that, because I'm critical of it of myself, because I know that I need to work on it. So, homework for the week. Set the intention for the day. Set a 20-minute alarm in the morning and in the evening, sometime where you know you can do it. Sit on the carpet, lay down on the carpet, find a quiet place, close your eyes, listen to your breathing, and cultivate that gratitude. Like I said, breathing is such a gift. It is the greatest gift. So many people short of breath. Look at these YouTube videos on Facebook, people going crazy. They can't breathe and they're posting it and everyone's panicking like, oh shoot, yo, I hope I don't get coronavirus. They can't breathe when they get, and everyone's panicking like, yo, I can't get coronavirus. I got bronchitis, I got asthma, I can't. All right, everybody, let's just move towards a place of meditation. I've been telling my neighbor too, like, she's not Muslim, but I'm like, maybe you need to join some yoga, because breathing is a good idea to just start practicing, to bring ourselves to the state of peace. I'm going to conclude with how we started, is that the Muslim is the one who accepts what is happening here and now and makes peace with it. I had thought 8:15, I was going to start halakha. Well, all of a sudden, 8 o'clock, my son thought it was going to be time to party. I don't know why, like wanted to come out and pray Maghrib. Never does it, but today was the day. 8:30, I'm like, okay, I'm ready. Thought it, let's get it going. Like, I'm glad I'm on time. Thought it's like, all right, give me 5 minutes. 5 minutes turned into half an hour, right? But the Muslim is the one that accepts what is happening here and now and makes salam with it. Like, this is only being created by the one, الَّذِي خَلَقَكُمْ. The one that's creating you is the one that's creating everything. So let's make intention, inshallah, that we will do our homework. Inshallah, next week, we want to break down this breathing mechanism and really get into it and see what ayat we can find or we can discover together, what clues. And that way, the breathing meditation that we continue to do will only become more and more deep, right? Because we'll uncover more names and more signs, inshallah. With that being said, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen for a wonderful session. Thank you, Tariq, for setting this up and being extra patient. Thank you, everyone who joined.
Can I just add one? Can I just add one comment, because I know I mentioned the
Oh yeah, if anyone has any comments, for sure.
So I know I mentioned the heart before, and I actually spoke about this to the youth group recently. The heart beats essentially flows every minute. It flows 2 gallons of blood throughout your system. Okay, every hour it takes 100 gallons, and it beats 100,000 times throughout the day. And again, all this 24 hours, 7 days a week, 365 times, however many years throughout your life. So again, to me, it's and I appreciate you talking about breathing and how sometimes we are not even sometimes, all the time we are.
Thank you.
We are in ghafla of the blessings upon us. And just another comment. I know you mentioned yoga a couple of times. SubhanAllah, a lot of those movements, a lot of those positions are positions that we have in our salah, our daily prayers. So I was struck by that. When I saw those positions, a lot of them are in sujood or in julus, or so different positions throughout the prayer are very similar to what you'll see in your typical yoga positions. So subhanallah, just an observation that I had when you brought up yoga during your talk.
Thank you for saying that, Tariq, and the whole thing about the heart that you just mentioned.
Yeah, I have a very so the heart, right? I have a lot to say about that, so I'm not going to expand upon that now. But there's the physical heart, and then there's so those are the stats that we were just talking about. But
how many gallons did you say?
2 gallons a minute, 100 gallons plus for in an hour. It beats 100 times a day. 100,000 times a day.
100 gallons an hour.
Yeah.
And this is being done this is being done, or like there's an ordering this stuff to happen on a second to second basis. Like, this stuff is not just happening. This is the problem with science, right? And I remember Dr. Ali talking about this. I don't remember if you were with me, Tariq, when we had that conversation with him, but like, the science books cover all of the ayats, because it's like, oh, the SA node does this, the electrical activity comes from here, and this is all being done automatically, as if like someone set it in place a long time ago, and now it's just functioning all independently, right? This is what we're taught in school. The Quran teaches, no, 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 no. This is being ordered. Don't you see, alam tara? Like, don't you see how I am ordering this, this, and this so that you can be provided? Don't you see? And the answer is, no, I didn't see. What was I supposed to see? How am I supposed to see it? Like, what am I supposed to see exactly? When Tariq just shared that the heart beats 100 gallons of blood an hour, this small thing is engineered so perfectly and ordered so perfectly that it pumps 100 gallons of blood just so that we can be able to move and think. Like, if the blood doesn't do that, you get dizzy, you start vomiting, you can't breathe, your fingers turn blue, your lips turn blue. But when it does it perfectly, perfect. We don't even know what's going on. But when we do become aware of that, like I didn't pray Aisha yet, right? Then when you say Allahu Akbar, you mean it a little bit deeper, right? Because you're like, wow, that's an incredible creation. You are truly beyond. Whoever is the creator of this, whatever is the creator of this, is truly beyond imaginable. That's what Allahu Akbar is. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Like, I'm going to open up by acknowledging that you are truly Rahman, like so much love that you made everything so perfect and so easy for us. And Rahim, like you promised to do it eternally as long as we believe in you. Wow. Immediately, once you become aware of how incredibly loving someone is, where you say, thank you so much. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Thank you so much for taking such care of me and the whole universe. Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim, like your love is so incredible. Iyyaka na'budu. You know what? I gratefully stand up and say, Iyyaka na'budu. I am so honored to be able to stand here and say, I choose you to abud. I could be in awe and in love and in gratitude of anything in this world. I could be in awe of anyone, but I choose you. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. But I need help, right? It's not easy. I forget all the time. Ihdina sirat al-mustaqim. Please, more than anything, I just need your guidance to stay straight on this path because I deviate so much. Without your help, it's impossible. Again, I realize that I'm just needy. I am just needy. I can't breathe alone. I can't be guided alone. I can't think straight. I can't be conscious. If I'm left alone, I'm going to be flipping out like everybody else. Angry, reacting about everything else, panicking, anxiety like everyone else. It's the human way. Unless we're guided. So please, اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. The path of those that you have truly graced and not the daleen or the accursed. Alhamdulillah, guys. I'm loving that we ended with Al-Fatiha. May ending with the Fatiha be a prayer to open up the rest of our moments in a new way that looks to the face of God. I mean, any comments, questions?
There's no comments, but we'll close on this, and we could actually maybe start off on this next time as well. Is that there's a verse in the Quran, Surah Al-Hadid, chapter 57, verse 16, where Allah says, "Alam ya'ni lilladhina amanu أن تخشع قلوبهم لذكر الله وما نزل من الحق." So isn't it time for those who believe, whose hearts have awe and reverence for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, for you to remember and take heed to what He has delivered or sent down or revealed from up above. So that's just a paraphrase. So we can go over the actual, word by word, translation. But like I said, it's Surah Al-Hadid, verse 16. And like I said, we can sort of pick up on that next time, inshallah.
Inshallah Rahman. All right, if there's no comments or anybody have anything they want to say, or please feel free to say anything. Okay. If no one types anything, because I can't see the screen, but if nobody types anything and nobody has anything to say, then inshallah, I will just pray that ربنا هب لنا من لدنك رحمة وهيئ لنا من أمرنا رشدا. Rabbana, grant us from you, our Lord, our sustainer, grant us from you the love and ease and mercy. And make from grant us easy guidance, straight guidance in our affairs moving forward. May Allah make it easier for us to remember Him, remind us when we forget, and help us cultivate a deeper awareness of seeing His signs throughout the day. All right, everyone, Jazakumullah khair, and inshallah, I will see you guys hopefully on Zoom next Thursday between 8:30, let's say 8:30ish and 8:45, inshallah. Just going to be hopeful that it happens that way, but we accept whatever happens and make peace with it regardless. Thank you all. I pray that you're all rewarded for listening, and inshallah, hit me up anytime, either on Facebook or phone. I'm just going to give my cell phone for anyone who doesn't have it. It's 732-925-5093. When I say hit me up, I really mean it. Like, hit me up whenever. If you guys want to just vibe on something or talk about something, I'm more than happy to do that. Jazakumullah khair, everyone. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.